Black and White Network supporters, make sure you check out the Black and White Network merchandise store. Link in the description. Use promo code USA First, all one word. USA First, all one word. 25% off now. I'm back. Rudrance for our Black and White Network. We're going to talk about that governor race down in Florida and some video that's come out involving Charlie Crist, where it seems that the no good sumbitch believes he is the second coming of Jesus Christ. No, I'm not kidding. And let's talk about this. We've examined this before a little bit, but I've said one of the strange things about this current version of the Democratic Party, which is, let's be honest, more of a socialist party, a Marxist party, is, and I think this is a real big problem, and you're seeing it when it comes to particularly things like crime, things like CRT, things like what they're trying to push on our children in schools, the lack of religion, right? The lack of Jesus in the home, the pushing back on Christianity. You're seeing more of a humanist rise, right? And look, I'll be the first to tell you, I know quite a few atheists. They're all Democrats, oddly enough. How's that work out? And most of them consider themselves humanist. In case you're wondering what that means, it stresses the importance of human factors rather than looking at religion, divine or spiritual matters. Okay, now some religions actually incorporate that. Quakers, Lutherans, just to name a couple. Now, I was just using that as context so you would understand. Now, I find this interesting, and I think you see this a lot out of Democratic leaders now, believing that they're godlike, okay? And I think that's something that some of your most evil leaders in history have taken upon themselves to view themselves, right, as godlike, as unifiers, oddly enough, right? I'm bringing everybody together, but yet I'm dividing people, right? Remember Joe Biden, during his campaign, I'm going to unify the country. During his campaign, his quote-unquote election win speech, I'm going to unify everybody. And then 2 weeks ago, we've got him on stage looking like Adolf Hitler and Emperor Palpatine, talking about how bad, my honest assessment would be a minimum of 77 million people, how bad they are, okay, and how evil they are in this country and how extremist they are. Well, it's kind of odd rhetoric for somebody that's supposed to be uniting, right? Okay, well, here we are again. And there is video to this, and it's this godlike mentality that some of these Democrats have taken it upon themselves to adopt. I'm going to unite us by splitting us apart. Funny how this works. There is video. Daily Wire. Florida gubernatorial candidate Charlie Crist portrays himself as Jesus Christ, fighting against DESATAN. Yeah. Florida Democratic gubernatorial candidate Charlie Crist compared himself to Jesus in a bizarre stump speech that was uncovered this week, in which he said he was fighting against quote-unquote DESATAN, a reference to the state's popular Republican governor, Ron DeSantis. The Daily Caller reported that the video was from March 17, 2022, campaign event where Crist was compared himself to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Oh my God, here we go. Quote, look at that sign right there. You see the colors, the blue and the yellow, Crist says. Does that remind you of any country that's in the news? Ukraine, some people shouted. On a side note, have you seen all the little blue and yellow flags that people have? All I can think of when I see that is Black Lives Matter and all these different movements and flags, and I'm like, it's literally, I'm a Democrat and I support the latest thing. I mean, My God, can we send these people any more money over there? Just wondering. Good God. Yeah, we're fighting for freedom too. We're fighting for freedom too. And Zelensky, President Zelensky is amazing. Oh my God, amazing. And the courage and the strength and the decency he shows. Yeah, he couldn't be an actor or a comedian, now could he? Yeah. Anyway, you guys know already. We're smarter than that, see? Let's just go down. Let's just see this cringy-ass video, okay? Let's do it.
To one another, about being kind to everyone. It's called a Florida for all. You know, we got a divider on the other side and a uniter over here. You know, some people call him DeSantis. Have you heard that?
One of the nicer ones.
Indeed it is. I'm trying to be nice. DeSatan versus that. Oh, think about it. Boom. No, we got a great race ahead. We do, and I'm excited about it. And the choice is
okay. So let us take a second to think about that now. Okay. Same thing that Biden did. Same thing that Biden said. Quote, this election is about decency, about being decent to one another, about being kind to everybody. It's called a Florida for all. You know, we got a divider on the other side, DeSantis, and a uniter over here. You know, some people call him DESATAN. Have you heard that? Well, again, interesting rhetoric from a leader who claims to be a uniter, but you're going to call your opponent, the current governor, who is wildly popular, not only in Florida, but all over the country right now. You're going to refer to him as Satan, and you believe you're a uniter by using that kind of rhetoric? Don't you find that interesting? Think about that a bit, right? As my cat tries to get literally in the camera. Thanks, Tiger. But you get the point. I'm not going to reshoot this because I'm going to one day look back at that and laugh. But you get the point, right? These guys, Biden, Charlie Crist, believe they are uniters, all the while using rhetoric that is dividing us and that is attacking one entire section of the voting base / America. And some of our worst leaders in history used that same kind of rhetoric and sort of viewed themselves in the light of somebody like Jesus Christ, Stalin, Adolf Hitler, people like that, people of that ilk. This is crazy. This is nuts. And rhetoric like this is never going to get this country together. But I do believe this. I do believe that the few sane people that are still left in the Democratic Party, this kind of rhetoric is slowly pushing them out of the party and over to the middle or the right. Because at some point, and you see this with even pundits, okay? Or political commentators or just commentators. You're seeing it with Joe Rogan. You're seeing it with Bill Maher. All right? And it's odd that I bring up Bill Maher because he's an atheist, but you get the point, right? They're hearing this kind of rhetoric, and even lately I've heard Bill Maher defending people with religious beliefs because he admits, as much as he doesn't believe in what he believes it's okay for people to believe. Okay, and I they're actually hurting their own party with this kind of rhetoric. Okay, because as extreme as these Democrats are, and a lot of them are young, they're in that fresh out of college, they're in that 19 to 31-year-old range. But as they get older, as they have families, they're going to start asking themselves, "Ooh, maybe we could use some religion in this house." Maybe they get familiar with the Bible. Maybe they're born again Christians. Okay, Maybe they're somebody like me who has had to reacquaint myself with the beliefs that I was brought up on. Okay. So, I think this is so crazy that this is where we're at, where a political candidate will literally view themselves as Jesus Christ. I'm going to unite us. By the way, the candidate that I'm running against, he's Satan. Do you know what his voters are? Oh, a bunch of devil worshipers. Yeah, that's not going to unite anybody. By the way, the same cat, just a couple of weeks ago on camera, was outside a place giving a speech, and he says, if you like DeSantis, I don't want your vote. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? Uniter. I don't want your vote. Crazy. I know this was a little bit of a different kind of video, and we went kind of deep, but, you get the point I'm trying to make here. Your worst leaders ever thought they were godlike, okay? Thought they were godlike. This guy right here, Charlie Crist, Hitler, Stalin, all these guys like that. The devaluing of actual religion in the entire Democratic Party. Crazy. It's absolutely nuts. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.